Welcome to Comics League Dark. I'm Jared, and I am here with the boys. I got the Phoenix Press. What's up?
Woohoo!
And I've got JJheat Blaze. What is going on?
This is where the fun begins.
Yeah. Let them pass between us. And then I got Taladia Plays. What's up, brother?
Hey, it's my birthday today. So.
Happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday!
Happy birthday!
All right. So
Can we all badly sing happy birthday to him?
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha. Happy
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy
birthday,
birthday to Claudia Play. Cha cha cha.
Happy
birthday
to
you. We're not drunk, we swear. We're totally not drunk. Okay. That's a Comics League moment. That is a
yes, that is. So, okay, so everyone's talking about the DC sale. Screw it. Let's start with this. So, DC sale. Okay, and Robert, I agree with you all to a certain degree. So, for the it's not really a rumor, actually. It's the idea is that, as reported by, I think it was THQ, so WB is going to basically section off DC in general to, like, determine its value on the stock market. Now the question is, why would they be doing that? Because here's the thing, I get what you're saying, Robert, because of how much they would lose, but WB is hemorrhaging cash right now.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah, go ahead.
Like, it does. Because David Zaslav's whole entire point is he's trying to make WB profitable. He's trying to spill a gap, okay? And if you look at it from that angle, spinning off DC is great because selling off DC will give you a huge injection of cash, contrary to what Jared argued on my stream. I think they'll get at least.
I didn't say it would be a lot. I didn't say it would be. It would be chump change.
I mean, you were arguing as low as like 2 or 3 billion.
No, I said Batman was 2 or 3 billion. I never said that.
You were saying pretty low. I said it. I think DC alone is worth at least 10 billion. That's my argument.
No one's gonna spend 10 billion for DC.
I think people will because Batman alone is worth 2 or 3 billion.
Yeah, but no, but people most likely buy Batman. By the way, Robert says, but selling off DC would give it to someone else. It would kill them in the long run. Yeah, I know.
Zaslav's not thinking long term. That's my argument.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Nick there. So what do you want to say, JJheat?
If you really wanted to play it safe, you could license out the DC characters, kind of like what Marvel did when they almost went under back in the 1990s. Mm-hmm. But you would have to be really careful how you go about it because this easily could blow up in your face.
Yeah, licensing is good for when you're stable and you want to stay stable. Warner Brothers is not stable.
No, they are the complete. They're about as stable as Justice League is a good movie. That's about how stable they are.
Yeah, so that's why my argument of selling off DC wholesale is, if you look at the perspective of, all right, I need to make a lot of money real quickly. Selling DC makes a lot of sense because you can sell DC and Warner Brothers is still a very valuable company. Yeah, they still have a lot going for them.
And Robert, I acknowledge that, but here's the thing. We're dealing with Warner Brothers. When have they ever made a decision that made sense?
And my argument is, if you look at it if we're assuming David Zaslav is thinking short term and is trying to plug the gap, this idea does actually make quite a bit of sense.
And what's interesting, so the rumor is, there is like, THQ also went in that like the likely buyer is Universal. Like we've been saying for a year!
Anyone want to go to? Oh, and we're talking about this on my stream as well. What if they opened just a whole brand new DC park, and each land is you can go to Metropolis, you can go to Gotham, go to the Mascara, you can go to Coast City, like
this would be Nick. We actually have a live feed of Nick watching me vlog from Metropolis.
He's doing this Superman thing.
Oh my god, you still have that one?
Yes, I do. I love that one.
That's from like our Matrix Reloaded review. That is old.
I'm
Older
keeping
than
that
me.
one because it references Superman. But
Okay.
if they sell all of DC and the new companies manage to do what they could, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. I will laugh my ass off.
Let's be honest, that's literally what's going to happen.
Because here's the thing, it's gotten to the point where I do not trust WB under any circumstances to handle DC. But Zero says, at this point, will Superman likely do anything to salvage DC? It depends on if it's monetarily successful. Yeah, it will. If it's not, they're done.
By that logic, it's kind of like similar to what happened with the company Civil War around during the whole Snyder and Sarnoff debacle. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But to where the sale would have likely Ermac too. But the sale would have likely
and second off.
Why did you say that name?
Thank you. I have to say this to make my point. The sale corporate-wise would likely have already gone through with Superman Legacy, or at least its release, being a transition period as the sale or merger is going on. So behind the scenes, this will still happen regardless if Zaslav can get a deal.
Oh yeah. Well, I've said for the longest time, even if they somehow quickly sell it, which it won't be that quick because you got regulators and stuff, but
at least a year.
At least a year, but let me put it this way: Superman will come out regardless because they'll be like, they're not gonna. No one's gonna pull a Zaslav and go, "We're gonna cancel a Superman movie." It's too far ahead.
You notice how all of the other DC movies have not seriously gone in production, like sure the animation stuff, but like Supergirl or any of the other movies.
So far, the only ones that they explicitly said is in active development is Superman, Supergirl, Creature Commandos, and Green Lantern.
I think Creature Commando comes out next month.
No, but what I mean is at the time when this tweet came out, the only 4 projects they specifically said were actively being worked on: Creature Commando, Superman, Supergirl, and Green Lanterns.
Like, is there even a script for Supergirl at this point?
I think there.
No.
I don't know.
See, that's my thing. I think, like, this is also one of the things that they're saying it's in active development, but I think they're waiting for Superman Legacy before they really pull the pin on a lot of those other projects. Because I feel like if they're actually confident, they would have more stuff in serious active production. Like, we should have a script for Supergirl at this point. In fact, there should be a filming date. Like, this should maybe already started filming by this point.
Yeah,
go
ahead.
You could probably get away with Batman Brave and the Bold because at the end it's still a Batman project. You could probably get away with it if Superman Legacy flops or breaks even.
Well, if Superman flops, what I think they're going to do is they'll do the other projects, but they'll say, take out all references to the DCU. We're going to make these solo movies for right now until we figure out what we're doing.
So basically we have the late 2010s all over again.
Yeah. So Robert says, I'll just say I believe it when I see it. Okay, yeah, 100%, 10%. They checked if they should sell WB games and they kept it, so it doesn't mean much to check DC sales. Yeah, that's fine. That's sales potential. Yeah, but I was just saying it's something that's interesting that came out. But Atchison says DC has been whacked has been wanking off Batman for so long. I don't see how they can make any other characters financially successful. That is the issue, and William from the Sci-Fi Center said this on the show. The problem with the way the DCU is structured is that the first 2 projects were Creature Commandos and Superman, where if you wanted to start this off on the best foot, and look this way, Batman is has the most potential to be as financially successful as WB wants it to be.
Well, I'd argue that like a lot of DC characters have immense well of untapped potential, because look at the Arrowverse. Like, that was one that largely was done without any Batman or Superman character for the longest time.
And what I mean is that, what I mean, Nick, is that people will show up for a Batman movie practically on autopilot.
I mean, people showed up for Aquaman, of all things, because it was a good character, you had a good actor, you had a good script. I mean, to be fair, the movie was a basic plot executed very well.
They did King Arthur, the Sword and the Stone, essentially.
It was well shot. The story did what it needed to do. It stayed out of the way. But Aquaman shows that you don't need Batman to do a DC film.
But but my point is, to start the universe, you need more of the guaranteed characters. And
sure.
There's no way they would have started the DCEU with Aquaman.
Hell no. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. The very fact that they got away with starting it with Man of Steel is interesting. But anyway, but it's like the idea. But the thing is like, and by the way, actually, you know what? It's a lot. You've been quiet. What do you think about WB possibly selling DC to Universal? Bear in mind, this is not just the movies; the comics go as well. Everything goes as well, because from the language the article was talking about, from the language of the article, it's everything DC.
Taladia goes, and I'll talk.
Yeah, go ahead, Taladia.
Yeah, I think it's possible, considering the fact that I think the reason why I say it's possible is basically because WB currently are struggling financially to come up with the projects that will make money, right? So to say, right? For example, in the video game realm, Suicide Squad flopped.
Yep.
Gotham Knights barely made its money back, right? It just about made its sales back.
Yes.
And then now everyone's like wondering, where's the Telltale The Wolf of Mega Season 2? Where's the Wonder Woman game? Where's what's gonna happen to the DC projects and for gaming and
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, yeah,
he said that.
As I mentioned, Wonder Woman, and because there's nothing solid, so they had to go pivot back to Batman. And what I'm thinking is they're gonna push a Batman game out there, then they're gonna make a sale.
Yeah,
right.
I think I said as much, something similar like a month or two ago. But here's something else to consider. Like let's say DC is still to Universal. There is a non-0% chance that Universal could be like, okay, we're going to shutter the comics division and then license it all to Image, and DC will just be an imprint under Image.
Yeah.
Because
what I think they'll do is I don't think they'll shutter it immediately. I think what they'll say is, get your sales up, or we are actually going to license you to Image and make it and let Image tail the comics.
Yeah, like because I don't know, because basically Marvel, Disney and Warner Brothers use their comic companies as idea factories at this point. That's their only reason for existing, is to come up with storylines that they can later adapt into movies. I think that's the only reason they kept them around.
Well, here's the fun part. If that happens and Universal is willing to cooperate with Image, we could get a Batman Spawn movie. No, Constantine Spawn.
Now you're pushing it.
They're compatible. Come on, by Johnny Jones says they were only seeing how big the company would be. No. They're assessing the value of the company.
Yeah, like they're not doing this just for funsies. There is a reason behind it. Like, you don't go through all this process. Be like, oh, I'm wondering, I'm curious. There's not like looking up there's not like doing a Google search. They're going through a huge process, and this has cost money. They're doing this for a reason. Is it for a sale? Maybe. Is it for something else? Yes. But one thing I can say with absolute certainty is this is for a reason.
What the other thing it could be for, Nick and JJheat and Talia, let me ask you guys what you think of this. What if it's not for sale, but it's to evaluate where they need to make cuts, and maybe they start cutting, downsizing the leadership of DC, or just downsizing DC in general?
I mean, maybe. I'm not sure exactly how a stock thing could do that, but possibly. Yeah,
but the stock thing is the part where I'm because you only assess the stock value if you're going to actually sell. What do you want to say, JJheat?
Trimming the fat is plausible, but you still have to take in the fact that this is Zaslav.
Yeah.
Zaslav at the end of the day.
Mhm.
If there's a deal to be made, he's gonna pursue it. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, because if they wanted to assess the value of DC internally for like cuts, they could just hire somebody to do that. The reason you do the stock market is you want a public evaluation. You want like the world to see, okay, the stock is trading for X. That means the company is worth Y, and then everyone sees that. Because if it was like for cuts, they just do like an internal evaluation. There's consulting firms they can hire for that.
Yeah, exactly. AFL says a good favor to DC Comics would be if some fan with money buys them and steals away from
Elon Musk?
What would
You
probably happen, as someone that I think could actually buy DC, and it was actually rumored for a long time that he was going to buy the comics division, is Kirkman.
Oh God. Imagine Invincible teaming up with Superman.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying there. It would be like Invincible ends up the Viltrumites are just another race of Kryptonians.
Okay, by the way, I have to say this. Adam Wing.
No.
Hmm?
No.
Nightwing and Adam Eve.
No.
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 Absolutely not.
Is he okay?
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know.
fine. Adam Drake.
Okay, he's not on the stream. No, you're on the
Fluff
bottom
off.
now, sir.
Kindly fluff off, sir.
You're on the bottom, sir. But
Bloody white
okay.
just a whole lot of you.
yeah, it would be interesting, and what they go, yeah. So that's the thing, because it could be also. So the other thing that I kind of have a little theory on is that they're trying to see, because I think Zaslav is going to sell, but he's also trying to see if like the value of like DC as a brand has like devalued because of all the public like failures, whether or not it's the movies, it's the Suicide Squad game. So he's probably trying to see, can I get a good price for this?
Oh, we've mentioned this on previous streams, but I forgot to mention on my stream. I do think Netflix is also a contender for buying DC.
Imagine if DC Comics becomes a division of Netflix.
Because Netflix has done comics, and so they've shown an interest. Like, imagine a Stranger Things comic done by DC, or like Stranger Things versus the Justice League, or something like, or Constantine
shows up.
The Hawkins, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That would actually work really well.
By that logic, you could just pay a licensing fee for a crossover comic and just call it a day.
But this one, it's cheaper if you do it this way, because you would have to pay a licensing fee.
Yeah, but the other thing is all the DC movies, that like yeah, or they go into theaters then go into Netflix. I could see Netflix wanting DC.
The other funny part is that technically, if Netflix bought DC, then you could say that Netflix bought the Snyderverse. I'm just saying, technically that's true.
Imagine they do that, and then like 6 months later they release the Emerald Cut on Netflix.
Yeah, Johnny says, seeing the value of DC can see if it can stand as a company like Marvel. So some people say it's only a logo, not a company. No, see, if it were anyone other than Zaslav, because if there's one thing that Zaslav's been consistent of throughout his entire tenure, is that he just wants to see dollar signs.
I mean,
that's what people are forgetting. This is the guy that canceled Batgirl because he thought he would make more from the tax credit.
For all the damage DC has done, Batman is still an insanely strong brand, and Superman, while not as popular as it used to be, is also a very popular brand, very strong brand.
Yeah. Let me put it this way: they're still popular and iconic. I just think at some point maybe there's been a little devaluation from like all the screwed up.
I think in a modern context, if DC was as strong as it was, it would probably be closer to 15 or 20 billion.
Yeah, Johnny Dome, I love how you think that Zaslav was directly involved with the Dune and Penguin show. He's not involved in that.
I mean, he may have. I don't even think he greenlit it. If, you know.
Yeah, he's not. Let me put it this way. Here's the counter. He also canceled Batgirl.
See, Zaslav does not greenlit shows, but he sure can act them.
Yeah, exactly. The Acts of Zaslav. Well, remember, we were supposed to get a Wonder Twins show, and then he acts that. I don't know, like DC getting bought by Amazon. Amazon's the other one that's like likely because for one thing, they have the capital, no matter how much that is like.
Batman shows up on The Boys.
Well, the other, we have Justice League versus the Boys. I hear everyone involved, but Backer was transferred, I guess. No, it's just my point is like he canceled a movie that was literally almost done because he thought the tax credit was there. That's it. All Zaslav cares about is money. That is literally it. But I'll look this way: if Amazon bought DC, I guarantee you the DC Comics app would go away, and there would just be you're all members of of Comixology.
So I don't think Robert Kirkman has the money to buy DC Comics. I know he's doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like we need somebody with Elon Musk money, or around that.
Amazon or Apple.
Yeah, Amazon.
Amazon would be the better deal commercially.
I could actually see Elon Musk buying DC Comics. I could actually see that.
Mm-hmm.
But no. There's very few individual people who have the kind of funds to do it. Amazon could do it. I really don't want them to end up there, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be kind of fun to see Superman beat the crap out of Homelander because he totally can. It's astounding how people always gas up the boys. But anyway, I prefer Amazon because they have Amazon MGM Studios. That's true. We need a Bruce Wayne to run DC Comics, but instead we have a Lex Luthor in charge. Yeah, actually, Zaslav is very much Lex Luthor.
Also, I could just literally see. Okay, this is the last Elon Musk thing I'm going to say. I could literally just see Elon Musk walking up to a party and saying, I am buying DC Comics. I'm going to make some changes. Because I could just see him doing that.
Okay, we're not doing political humor, okay? But anyway.
All right, I'm done.
I'll hate if Amazon buys DC Comics. Look what they did to Tolkien's writings. Those are... I guess I can see what you're doing there, but let me put it this way: an Eastern company is not going to buy DC. I know that's what you want, Daniel. That's not going to happen. Go ahead, JJheat.
10 cents not buy-in. 10 cents not, not.
Only the prologue of Lord of the Rings was licensed off. That's
no,
why
the appendices.
Oh, the appendices. Thank you. The appendices was licensed off. The main story itself, no, you definitely have to correct the family, the estate. You would have to pay a separate licensing fee for that. But
I believe Rings of Power is based off of 26 pages from the appendices.
Thank you for confirming that, Nick. So although the show is relatively hot garbage, from a production standpoint, they did a lot with 26 pages.
Well, and the other thing, Barry, Johnny, say what you want about AT&T, but at least they looked at the demand and forced WB to release the Snyder Cut.
And then Emmerich went behind their backs and sold them off to Discovery the first chance he got.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so the thing is with this is that, so now I kind of want Universal to run so I can go to Universal Orlando and walk in Gotham. I really want that.
I mean, they've had DC characters in Universal Parks for a while.
Now they can have an actual park, an actual place.
Oh, Daniel, I agree. But I'm just saying from a production standpoint. Sorry, I hate to cut you off, Jared. If we didn't respond to this, we'd be back and forth all night.
And then a few years afterwards, Jared comes across the story that the character actors to Superman and Wonder Woman actually got married in real life.
And I'm like, DC! What I would do is I would get a job at Universal, work my way to the top, and say, let me run DC. I will make you money. Lois is going away. Put Lois in Crime Alley. If you know, you know.
So you create an event called Lane Point.
Except it wouldn't. Except the universe that gets created is better. Lane Point, jeez. But yeah, it's so. That's the point. But with DC, see, the problem is when you look at a lot, because here's what I've always said. it's not like DC doesn't have recognizable characters or IPs or brands.
Oh, we got a question for you.
Why do you hate Lois? Okay, I hate the way comics Lois is written because she's written like a girl boss that always has to have everything done for her, and she's written like a female dog. That's what I'm gonna say right there.
Also, yes, Zero. That is true. There is no rings of power in Bossing Say.
Anyway, but the thing is, I'm not because it would be one thing if DC didn't have if he does that, I'm out. Taladia, remember this?
No, it's a count of Lois's, and James Gunn bring back all the previous Lois actresses.
Wait, what was that? What was it?
Nick, that was a plot point in My Adventures with Superman.
No. Imagine he does this in live action. You get Terry Hatcher, Erica Duras.
I would walk
Amy
out of
Adams.
the theater. But anyway, as I was saying,
that's one way you get Amy Adams back.
Wait. I gotta say something, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
TJ, why are you torturing Jared bringing up...
That's fun!
Anyway, going back to what I was saying, it would be one thing if DC did not have like recognizable characters or IPs or brand. But no, arguably DC of like the fictional character genre.
Fictional characters.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. DC has the most recognizable characters.
Wait, JHeat, just say the thing you just typed in the private chat, say it out loud.
Oh,
wait. Go ahead.
You had to improve it first.
No, say it like Black Adam.
The hierarchy of the multiverse has changed.
Yes.
It got worse. But anyway, now let me ask you this. Say we got a Universal Park. What would you want to have? Nick, we've heard from you. Taladi, I'll start with you.
In terms of...
If we had a DC theme park at Universal.
We need the Superman Krypton theme, right? Where the Krypton is exploding, so to say, and you're in like a rocket, Kal-El's rocket, so to say.
That's so good. That's a ride. That's such a good idea for a ride.
Right?
Oh, and imagine is the Suicide Squad.
They kind of actually are doing that in the Absolute Universe.
I know. Wait, so that's Lois Lane kills the Comics League?
What?
So it's like Lois Lane. It's like Suicide Squad kills the Justice League.
Wait, didn't Lois Lane run? No, that was wasn't Lois Lane. That was Harley Quinn in the camera. Never mind.
Trust me, they're equally insufferable characters.
But yes. So like the Superman ride, I would have a Superman ride where you're basically Kal-El, right? And you're in the rocket, leaving. You're seeing the destruction of Krypton, so you're going over like Kandor and all the other places of Krypton, and you see meteor rocks come out, right?
It can be like Star Tours at Disney World.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that they can do whenever.
Go on.
No, you gotta go next.
What they can also do is whenever they premiere a movie, they can have a theater in each like part of the park. And like in Metropolis, they premiere the Superman movies, and they have like a big event. You can get like exclusive comics and merch and stuff. They have like a big premiere. You can like take pictures with the stars. So that way they can use the movies to also increase park attendance.
All right. So there's a Superman ride in Metropolis, and to go there, you have to enter through the Daily Planet. So the pre-show queue is you're essentially getting a tour of the Daily Planet. Right. And you pass by Lois Lane's desk, and
I give the middle finger as I pass.
No. What happens is the lane is crossed out, and it has lame on it, and the guy says, we keep replacing that every day, but somebody comes in like every morning and takes it out. I don't know what's happening.
And then there's me in the corner going, me, I'm doing the Green Goblin laughter from Spider-Man 2, from Spider-Man 1. See you tomorrow. But so JHeat, how would you do a DC theme park? What would you do?
If I had to pick a DC theme park, well, if I couldn't do a full-on Gotham City, I would do Arkham Asylum, and have the ride be pretty much trying to survive a villain breakout. And then halfway through the ride, Batman swoops in.
What you could also do at the Gotham part is have randomly throughout the park of the villain. There'll be a random fight with Batman in the middle of the street.
Oh, I know what I would do. So you know those Disney rides, like Buzz Lightyear's Aster Blaster, the Spider-Man ride, where you're like shooting stuff at the screen. What if you're just like throwing batarangs at the screen, and like kind of that's the ride.
And your Green Lantern. No, they could do it with Green Lantern.
And you and that way you can sell a lantern ring at the shop.
Yeah, and then the big like tentpole ride is you walk into the Hall of Justice, and the line queue is like the statues of the Justice League, and you have like a little blurb of their history, and then the ride is like a battle against Darkseid.
I mean, there has to be a ride where the ride cars are Batmobiles. And by the way, that I would do it is how each car would be a different era of Batmobile.
Yeah, that would work actually really well. What you could do, you know how Disney has those go-kart ride things? Yeah. You could ride in the Batmobile.
Dibs on 89.
Of course, I'm taking the Affleck one. Mine has guns. Well, so does yours. So there you go. OMG, an Arkham Asylum horror theme. They could also do that for Halloween.
Oh, I just had a thought, Jared.
What?
The Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League park thing that they did in the Hall of Justice. You remember when they did
It's essentially that.
They could do that as an Arkham Asylum horror thing, right?
Well, that too. Well, they could do Deceased. They already did that at the Universal Halloween thing.
Oh,
yeah. Go ahead.
So you know how they have street performers and they sometimes break out a dance.
Yeah.
I in the Gotham section, I'd literally have them do Bat Dance.
Of course.
Come on, that's perfect for Universal.
Yeah, and what they could do is like for little shows, like how Disney has those Indiana Jones rides. They can essentially do like they recreate a scene from one of the movies and show you how they did it. So the other thing that they could also do is definitely have like an experience where it's like you have someone dressed as Batman or maybe like or Skeech or something like that, and he's taking you through. Okay, I got this. This is way better. So, do you guys know how Booster Gold used to work at a superhero museum before he came to our time?
Oh.
What if one of the rides is that we're going through, and it's like a tour of DC history, but your guide is Booster Gold and Skeets?
Okay.
Because it's a walking ride, but it's still like a full immersion thing.
By the way, the Lantern Corps ride we just called Green Lantern Flight.
First Flight, yeah. I have a challenge. How would you do a Wonder Woman ride? Ooh, that's a good one. I got it. It starts off as a chariot race. What it could do? It's one of those stage rides, and it's It's essentially the contest to become Wonder Woman. Okay, it's my idea. So, Nick, if you have a better idea, go ahead.
I'm trying to think of Wonder Woman. I mean, I can think of other heroes. We're doing Wonder Woman right now.
Let's see. What's it? Well, for Wonder Woman, you could also have like gladiatorial fights, Amazons.
I mean, you can do a stunt show.
Mm-hmm.
A motorcycle roller coaster ride would be really cool.
But it's not Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's more like I could see like a Peter Pan's flight or some sort of like soaring attraction for Green Lantern being really cool.
We talk about Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Aquaman has to be a water ride, like a raft ride.
You know those like
Invisible Jet. There you go. It's a clear jet ride. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. There. Thank you, John.
Let's see. What's another good one? How about
Joker's Funhouse?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's traumatizing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but is it weird that I would actually want to work at this theme park and just be in DC all day? That'd be great.
And then they have you be the Joker character actor because you're actually a Joker in real life.
No, that'd be you because you actually do the laugh. I would be in charge of the Metropolis world, and I'd say, okay, in this continuity, Superman and Wonder Woman are together, and he's throwing away Lois.
And then you find out that you're just Jimmy Olsen all day.
TJ, who wants to experience the home of the forever people? What about Apocalypse? Okay, so Apocalypse, what you could do is that's part of the Justice League ride. Like you're in like essentially a javelin is the ride, and you're like flying alongside the League, and you go through a boom tube into Apocalypse, and you're like blasting targets, kind of like the Star Wars again.
I could see that being like the Back to the Future Simpsons ride at Universal.
Yeah, essentially that. Yeah, exactly. They would be sued by so many parents that they did the Joker's fun ride. Exactly. And then obviously they would have fun like photo booths. They could do like okay, Nick, how would you do a Nightwing ride?
I'd probably do the motorcycle ride for that one.
Okay.
Kind of like Tron Light Cycle Run, or like other sort where you have like a themed motorcycle and you're just kind of doing like a coaster and maybe see images or something. That's how I would do it.
Now, Nick, would you have like as like an experience to walk around in Titan's Tower?
It'd have to be like some sort of attraction to it.
How would you do a Teen Titans ride? Let's start with that.
that one, maybe something like a haunted mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean would be like the Aquaman ride. I'm saying that right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I got that would so be Aquaman.
Or Space Mountain or Splash Mountain / Tiny Tina's Body Adventure.
Another one that I think we could do is see, what would be another good DC ride that they could do, or like an experience or an attraction or something like that.
Superman and Wonder Woman's Tunnel of Love.
There'd be so many
pandering. I'm just pandering to you tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. They make you fight the Anti-Monitor. Oh, JJheat, I got a great ride for us. God Killer 2. It's the park attendees versus God Killer.
and then at the end of the ride, you see that somebody duct taped the cut up picture of Michael Bendis to the person you have to kill.
Get him out. Get him out.
Too wordy.
Why did you say that, Nick?
The other thing that they would do, watch with my luck, this is what they would do. They go, you know that Batman Who Laughs character is so good. Let's give him an attraction. You know,
or
Beast Boy Zoo.
Lois Lane's Crazy Capers.
Okay, there you go. Here's one. Beast Boy Zoo. We have an actor of Beast Boy going around and telling kids about the animals. Yeah, you could definitely do that. That'd be fun. Yeah. If there's any character that would do that, it would be Beast Boy.
Okay, what about themed restaurants? They have to have the Iceberg Lounge.
You know what they need, Nick?
What?
Planet Krypton.
The show?
No. Planet Krypton. Remember in Kingdom Come, the restaurant where everyone's dressed like superheroes?
Oh, God, we were talking about that for a review. But, Jared, there has to be an upscale restaurant to have it be the Iceberg Lounge.
Yep. And they have a live band, and then at one point they start playing the song from an issue of the Batwoman.
And the Themyscira restaurant is the Amazon Grill.
All right, there you go. And you eat meat. Yeah, exactly. For Metropolis, it's that burger joint that always that
Burger Shot, big belly burger.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. What's another good thing they can do? The Killing Joke. I'm only kidding.
No. Okay.
Let's see. What else? You can't. Doomsday Clock.
No.
And Zack Snyder just laughs about The Office.
Please get yourself out.
Oh, I got one for Halloween. Blackest Night.
Darkest Night.
No. But the storyline, Blackest Night.
Oh, okay.
That would be pretty easy. Like I would do is I take all the heroes, put them in the costume, just give them zombie makeup.
Yeah, and like paint their costumes black and silver, and you're good to go. That's it.
Well, yeah, it's doable.
You could do what? Okay, I got a character for you. One that I can't believe we haven't talked about yet. What would you do for the Flash?
Can you even make a ride for the Flash that
You
isn't
can.
a
Flash would get a
roller
roller
coaster?
coaster. Flash would get a roller coaster.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
No,
other than
okay.
go ahead, Taladia.
I got a good one. You know how they do rollerblade? You have like a rollerblade arena, and you have like on the rollerblades, you have like a Flash themed blade. Like,
and you actually run. That's actually a good idea.
Actually, I got it. Space Mountain, but themed to the Flash, and you're traveling through time.
He passes through Flashpoint and goes, "Nope, I'm out."
no, but like the rollerblade idea, but on
I
the
like that.
rollerblade, with the rollerblade arena, you see different comics from Flash's history. So you got like, for
And I
example,
think
one.
they could do, and on those rides that like have points, like the Green Lantern, even the rollerblade place, you can win exclusive variant covers of comics.
Oh,
Exactly.
for a photo op,
Mm-hmm.
they have like the car from Action Comics #1, where you can actually like get under it so that you're the one holding the car up.
Oh, there's one, yeah, and there's another one, Darkseid Throne. I could do the pose.
Oh, Fortress of Solitude water
Yes.
ride.
Oh, the other thing we should do is and again, you could win. You could like essentially like when you go and like at the end of every ride, they give someone like a facsimile edition of the character's first appearance, like Action 1, Detective 27, All-Star 8 for Wonder Woman. What was the one for Flash? Was it Flash Comics 1 or something like that? Let me see.
But another photo op is, you know that giant statue of Superman in the park? Like that's like the center of the
Death of
land.
Superman one? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That one works. Flash. Hang on.
Oh, they have Crime Alley in Gotham.
Flash
and-
Comics 1. I nailed it.
No, for a photo op for the Gotham, they literally have Crime Alley, and they have like the outlines of the way.
They have the chalk outlines of the Waynes with the roses there. Oh,
Yeah.
a Phantom Zone ride. That's got to be in the Fortress of Solitude. That's got to be the Fortress of Solitude ride.
Cajun, that is nice. I like that Cajun. Good idea.
Okay, Cajun. Yeah, exactly. So combine these two. Okay, so it starts off in the Fortress of Solitude, and you travel in, and part of the ride is in the Phantom Zone. You can see like Doomsday. You can see this. Oh, there has to be a photo op. It's you punching Doomsday and doing that fateful punch.
No. What it is Steppenwolf it has coming his axe down, so you can put your shoulder there for the not impressed.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. I like that. What else? What else could we do? But yeah, the Phantom Zone ride, that definitely works. Definitely works. Revenge of the yeah, exactly, JJheat. And by yes, we do need to do that collab. But yeah, so and again, they could use this to promote like major storylines, like a few times, like a few of them, like really major storylines. What they could do is like have like a special event where you can like win a trade of it, or like win an exclusive variant cover of the actual comic event if you like go there. Oh, they also have to do this. Each park has to have like a trivia thing where if you answer trivia, you win prizes.
You get to go on the Wonder Woman ride with Gal Gadot sitting right next to you.
You're like, yes!
Jared's going to be entering that one.
Yeah, I'm going to be entering that one immediately. And I'm going to be like, how much would I have to win for you to kiss Henry Cavill?
Oh, I think Cajun's got a good one.
Cajun says, well, I don't know enough about Sandman, but yeah, you could do that 100%.
There's enough variety there for a good ride, in my opinion.
You could do a Vertigo portion of the park.
Oh, okay. Well, I got one for you. Watchmen.
I was just about to say that.
Or, okay, so you know the Haunted Mansion at Disney World? Justice League Dark.
Ooh, I like the way you think there.
Yeah, there you go. It's essentially the ghost thing of DC.
And for the voiceover, they call up our boy JJheat.
Or Matt Ryan, because he voices him no matter what.
Blue Beetle, but I think JJheat's a better pick.
Yeah, he is. But Blue Beetle, he could show up as like a character to take a picture with, but I don't think Blue Beetle is big enough for a ride.
No, he's really not, if we're being honest.
A metamorpho again. Well, that would look.
I
cool.
like the idea. I like
the idea, but again, metamorpho is not big enough for a ride because a ride costs like a lot of money.
Okay. So for a kiddie roller coaster, you have Plastic Man, and the cars are just Plastic Man.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
You know, just for like little kiddie coaster, like a Barnstormer kind of thing.
I like that. That works. Let's see what else. And then adjacent to the theme park is the Aquaman Atlantis water park. Atlantis is essentially a water park.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Yeah, go ahead.
There has to be an animatronic topo who plays music.
Yes. That's got to be the Aquaman restaurant. It'd be like Rainforest Cafe. Oh God, we're old.
They still exist.
Yeah, I know, but I still remember going to that Disney World. Jeez, it's a great place. How would you guys do Shazam? Or would you just have him be a part of the Metropolis area?
Have him be part of Metropolis area.
Because what I think they could do is like have a bunch of characters like walk around and have them like rotate per day, and you can like have a picture taken with Green Lantern and all that stuff, and that way you could just like still represent those characters, but not everyone needs a ride or like a big thing.
Oh, here's what I would do. In the Gotham area, I'd have Green Arrow's arrow training, and it's basically just like an archery shooting thing, but it's Green Arrow themed.
That works. Oh, I got another one. Okay, it's Oracle, but it's essentially virtual reality, and you're directing Batman through his like through a mission.
Now, Batman, don't pursue Wonder Woman. Catwoman's right there.
Yeah, he's like right there. Cameron says this is why DC should hire people like us to look at. Yeah, I know. Exactly. This is money on the table, DC.
Yeah.
You can't tell me Jim Lee would not love. But I found the thing for Shazam. So you know what Billy Batson does? So you know what Billy Batson does? He runs a podcast. So you can have like live recordings of the podcast at like a restaurant or something like that.
What do you think about Cage's idea?
Tower drop from. Is that
like
really
Tower
Martian
Terror
Manhunter, though? Oh, Tower Terror. Is that
Tower
really...
Terror Guardians Galaxy Breakout, like that style of ride?
Yeah, but is that really Martian Manhunter?
It could be like your. Oh no, what it is it's the Justice League satellite thing. Like you're going from the satellite back to Earth.
But it's like, but that's no. But they leave
Justice League Watchtower drop.
But they're not in the. But they go through teleporters / boom tubes. They don't use elevators.
No, it's in the effect of it. You go up to the tower. You go up to it. They say you're going through a boom tube, and then you go down, and use it as a simulator.
Simulating a boom tube is just walking through a door.
I'm trying to make this work.
Maybe like you're in an elevator that Martian Manhunter is trying to like move with his mind, and he keeps being attacked, so that's why it keeps dropping.
I was saying more of a Justice League ride. Have it be on the.
I don't think it would work as a Justice League ride for the Watchtower because that's not the way the Watchtower works.
Maybe you're on an elevator in the Watchtower and it like malfunctions or something.
You're really determined on the Watchtower thing, aren't you? I don't think it works.
Oh, darn it.
Billy owns a pot. Yeah, he used to own a radio show. Am I correct, JJheat?
Yeah, you are.
I believe so.
Yeah, that was back in like the 40s and 50s, yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. A Green Lantern VR ride. Yes.
Have you seen some of like the Nintendo stuff? Like the Mario Kart ride is actually augmented reality. Like it's a ride, but you have like these glasses that are augmented reality. So like you throw turtle shells and whatnot.
I got an idea. So you know that Avatar ride that they have? That's like you're on one of those flying creatures. That's the Green Lantern. Like Parallax has returned, and they need the entire Green Lantern Corps to stand against him. And then the thing ends with you reciting the Green Lantern oath.
Okay,
that would work. Before we move on to another topic, give me one more ride, folks. One more character that we haven't talked about that would be very cool. Talked about Batmobiles. You've talked
something with Jonah Hex and like 6-shooters or whatnot.
Yeah, you could basically have like a target range for that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
Let's see here. A Zatanna magic show.
Ah, there you go. There you go. She's the big stage show stuff. That actually works.
I mean, come on, that is so perfect. You know it.
That is built for that Harley Quinn fun house.
Yeah. You
That
know they're
works.
going to have Harley Quinn character actors running around.
They need to. I'm fine with that. But yeah, Nick, you're right. That Zatanna magic show is built for theme parks.
Yeah.
That actually works. Again, this would definitely get people more immersed in the DC brand. But anyway, so let's transition to another topic. And Taladia, you may pick because it's your birthday. So we have the Batman Knightfall animated trilogy for the DCU that's rumored. Zack Snyder's Los Angeles Police Department movie.
Let's talk about Knightfall animated trilogy.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's the thing. By the way, and this could not be more appropriate for our next topic. All right. So I came across something on Twitter that was kind of interesting. It's this person saying they have an exclusive, and someone that like is in the know when it comes to stuff. They said that WB is that there's going to be a Batman, an animated Knightfall trilogy coming. The cast features actors who've appeared both on and off screen. Okay, so start bets on if it's DCU or not. Cast includes Anson Mount and Pablo Schreiber. So it might be the DCU Batman and Bane. So here's the thing. If this is true that this is the DCAU, this is the DCU Batman story, why are we doing Knightfall this early?
I mean,
it doesn't make sense. It should just be a standalone universe kind of thing.
What did you say, Claudia?
I was going to say, I know this is where the source came from, which was everything DCU.
No, it's Superman on film.
Oh, Superman on film?
Mhm.
Oh. Here's the thing, though. I don't think it's going to be a DCU project. I think it'll be an Elseworld thing, because why would they do a DCU? Why would they do it? Start off with the DCU with a Knightfall.
Counterpoint, they're basically confirmed to be doing Parallax in the Lantern show. Tom King said I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, but kicking it off with Knightfall though, as the DCU,
they're kicking off Green Lantern with Parallax.
To be fair, that wouldn't be the first time they've tried that.
Yeah, but I mean, Hal Jordan, Emerald Twilight, Hal Jordan dying.
So they're starting with the story that ended Hal Jordan as the beginning. Yes, that's
yeah, because they want to prop up Jon Stewart.
And if you can't see it, I'm rolling my eyes.
Yeah, I know. Don't forget, Jared, Damien's being introduced first, so it makes even less sense. Yeah,
I'm not as reluctant about, because it is his son, and I think we were going to get that eventually, of Damien being like the first and only Robin. So that I'm not as resistant to.
Do you know what I think they're going to do? I think they're going to take out Batman with Knightfall. And then remember when James Gunn was promoting Brave and the Bold, he used a lot of Dick Grayson as Batman art.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he's doing.
That only works with build up. I'm sorry. I love
agree,
Dick Grayson. I love Dick Grayson, but the only way it works, because Dick does not want to be Batman. He has fought his entire life to not be Batman. So for him to reluctantly choose to be Batman is a big freaking deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And DC needs to do more Elseworlds, but done right. Yeah, exactly. They need more Elseworlds, but even with this, I'm like, why? Why Knightfall though? It's
okay. I have a question for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's say they were to do Elseworld stories in live action. Which Elseworlds, like for example, live action Gotham by Gaslight? What Elseworld story, doesn't have to be Batman, just has to be Elseworlds, would you love to see them do a movie on?
Okay,
Like
this
a
is
one-off live
Batman.
action.
This is Batman, but this be animated. Speeding bullets. Do you know what that is? That's when Superman lands in Gotham and becomes Batman.
Oh, it's like that one episode of New Batman Adventures.
Yeah. Well, QT. Yeah, I would say Kingdom Come, except here's the thing. I don't trust them enough to get the look right. Because here's the thing about Kingdom Come: it's not just the storyline; it's the look, it's the art. That you can't not like. You have to
Also,
be.
you know,
Mhm.
James Gunn to bring in Mark Waid.
Yeah. You could also do. Would be a good. Not Injustice. Oh, New Front. We already had a New Frontier animated movie.
Live action, though. This is live action.
Okay, DC Universe Online. They kill Lois.
Okay, Spawn versus Batman, live action.
Hey, there you go. That one works. Yeah, I would also say, if I was gonna go with one that I really think needs to be like an Elseworlds thing that needs to be adapted, Dark Knights of Steel, because that would be like Game of Thrones but with DC characters.
Okay. I would say they need to adapt Dark Knight Returns, but Snyder already did that. So.
And it's already been done animation as well.
Yeah, but live action's different.
Yeah. By the way, Nick, at one point we have to cover Dark Knights of Steel on Comics Watch. I think you would actually really dig that book.
Sure.
It's basically Game of Thrones. You could also do. How about Justice League: The Last Ride, where it's like the Justice League has to reassemble after being disbanded.
Okay.
I got one. Deceased, because there's like 4 books. You can make 4 movies. That's all you got to do. There you go. What else? Taladia, how about you? What Elseworld movies? What Elseworld books would you want to see adapted?
Earth 1.
Which one?
Batman and Superman.
Well, Batman Earth 1 is kind of the same thing as like regular Batman. And I wouldn't want Wonder Woman because then essentially the Germans would have orgasm guns.
And okay, we're talking about live action, but I desperately want Batman Red Rain or Batman vs. Dracula done animated, like and give it a good budget. Oh my freaking god, would it look amazing? Like, imagine like with our modern technology, like a Red Rain or Dracula. Imagine like a really good art style.
How about Gold Ranger Batman, aka Sinestro called Batman?
Gold Ranger. Oh, the Nail. All right, so the Nail is a storyline where so it hinges on this one thing. So a Nail. So Superman's ship is arriving on Earth, but the Kents get a flat tire and they never pick up Clark. Instead, he gets picked up by Amish people. So it's basically superhero. It's basically DC, but if Superman didn't become like Superman yet.
Yeah, I think there's a sequel called Another Nail.
It's called Another Nail. They were really original with that name.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's another good? I would say Smallville, but I don't think people really want another Smallville project. I got news for you.
No, they never do Superman Red Sun today, live action.
Yeah. Actually, maybe they will. Maybe they might.
Imagine if they've done Superman Red Sun in the 80s and Dolph Lundgren had played Superman in the 80s.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, yeah. And then you had Sylvester Stallone as a Batman.
I got it.
Superman!
All right. So let's say anything we want can happen, right? Superman aliens.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, if anything can happen, Batman Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they had an animated version of that, but live action.
No, live action, and it's actual turtles, not CG turtles. They're actual people in suits again.
Ha ha ha! That would be so funny.
Because I'm sorry, like a Batman versus
and then Batman gets hit with a mutagen, and then he becomes a Batman.
a man bat.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, so Batman versus Predator, yes.
Yeah.
So I was watching The Big Bang Theory. And they asked the following question: so if Batman is Batman is a man that turned into a bat, but what if he was bitten by a radioactive bat? Would he be Man Batman or Batman Bat?
The world may never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. Exactly. What's another good thing for an Elseworld story? Because it's not a lot that hasn't been like overdone.
Oh, okay. This is just a totally original one. If I could, imagine Batman, but it's literally it's Predator 2, but you put Batman in the mix.
So Batman Predator.
Yeah, he teams up with Danny Glover's character.
And then he still goes, no guns.
Yeah. He's like, and then Batman says to Danny Glover, "We no lethal weapons."
Yeah. QT says, a Shogun of Steel, Samurai Superman. That could be cool. A Nightwing movie. No, well, Cameron, we're talking about Elseworld movies. Wait. Nightwing New World Order. That's the one where Nightwing takes out the metahumans. Have you ever read that book, Nick?
I don't think I want to, just given the premise of it.
It's because the superheroes like cause a lot of property damage, so Nightwing is recruited into this group that like basically takes out the superheroes.
That doesn't sound like Nightwing. I'm sorry. That sounds like total character assassination. Nightwing would never do something like that.
Okay. Let's see what else.
I mean, we could also just talk about like crazy movie ideas for comics.
Crazy movie, Superman War World. It's basically He-Man, Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got one. So Brainiac decides to totally take over humanity, but he does that by pacifying them, and he captures each human and plugs them into a virtual simulation.
So it's Saints Row 4?
No, it's DC meets the Matrix.
So the Matrix is the Merovingian. No, wait. Brainiac was the Merovingian.
Essentially, yeah. So basically, the Matrix is a construct of using Brainiac technology, and basically Deadshot is Neo.
That works. Cameron says, I got a better one, Jared. Superman and Wonder Woman War World. That is a better one. That is a very better one.
I got a good one for you. The Joker shows up at Wayne Manor, and he says, "You've got to protect me. I'm being hunted." "What did you do, Joker?" "I killed someone's dog."
Ha!
So Batman has to protect the Joker from John Wick.
I'm gonna add one thing. I killed John Constantine's dog. And then when you kill his dog, Constantine turns into John Wick.
Are you saying are you putting together the theory that Constantine is actually a prequel to John Wick?
Yes, I am.
Oh my god,
the bullets are tipped in a magic that sends the soul straight to hell. DC versus Marvel movie, except don't let the fans vote, because that's how we got Storm beating Wonder Woman. What? By the way, the upcoming DC Amalgam Omnibus that includes DC versus Marvel, it's also going to include a few, because you know how like since it was a fan vote on who won, they made like alternate endings to most of the fights in case Storm won or Wonder Woman won. They're going to include a lot of those in the omnibus.
I'm sorry, there's no way that Wonder Woman loses a Storm because
I know,
but physically she's normal human. So if you can get past her powers, it's game over. And
Wonder Woman. Which here's the thing, it's why she's
the daughter of Zeus.
Nick, you know why Wonder Woman lost to Storm? Because the X-Men was really big at that point.
Okay, but like literally the daughter of Zeus
getting killed by the daughter of Zeus yet. No, but the whole thing about it is stupid because, yeah, Wonder Woman is a goddess, even more so than Storm.
No. See, Storm is powerful, but she's not really a god. It's more perception. Wonder Woman is literally a demigod.
Yeah. She, in fact, even in the clay origin, she is infused with the blessings of gods, plural.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. But anyway.
Also,
so,
like a fight between Storm and Superman would be really interesting because Storm's powers are not magic.
So he would just fly right through him and just punch her. That's it. He's done.
I mean, however, ordinary lightning would affect him. You know,
I don't think it really affects him. If we're talking DCAU Superman, yeah, it would affect him because he was a wimp.
This is why, like, Thor versus Superman, I find to be a really interesting fight because Thor's powers are magic based. Like, his lightning is magic. Mjolnir itself is a magical. Like, Mjolnir would hit Superman hard. Like, Mjolnir could get Superman to bleed.
Yeah, but watch.
Without much trouble.
Superman dodges it and grabs the hammer because he's worthy.
One of my favorite panels of all time is Superman using Cap's shield and Mjolnir.
Mm-hmm. JLA Avengers, baby. It's actually the cover of that comic. So let's transition to our last topic of the evening. This is gonna be a quick one.
One thing first.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman is also worthy.
Yeah, she is. So then we get to our final topic. This one will be a quick one. Then we'll do a quick Q&A, and then we'll just wrap up. So Zack Snyder's next movie is the movie about the Los Angeles Police Department, and it's reportedly his most grounded movie.
LAPD, freeze!
He's making a straight-up cop movie.
Nah, I had to say that.
Yeah, exactly. I could see Zack making some badass like slow-mo gunfights. That would actually be really cool.
Imagine if he hired Ving Rhames to be the police chief.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise.
Well, and again, imagine if all of a sudden, as an Easter egg, someone's holding like the BVS Batmobile.
No, I say Ving Rhames because he worked with him on Dawn of the Dead.
Oh yeah, Vin Rhames. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that could actually work really well. So yeah, so what do you guys think? I'll start with Taladia.
I am really excited for this, right?
Mhm.
As I love cop movies, right? Lethal Weapon is really cool, so I might get that feeling. It might be Lethal Weapon vibe to it. At least it's not gonna be a buddy cop film like Beverly Hills Cops, right? It's not gonna be like that. So I'm glad it's not
Beverly Hills Cops, according to Zack Snyder.
Okay, here's my question. So Zack tends to work with like the same group of actors. So potentially any one of Zack's stable could come in. Who do you want to see in this movie?
Batfleck?
How about Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot are detectives and they're married?
Or like he's the cop and she's the wife. Yeah, exactly. I know that'd be a super wonderful pairing.
I can see Ray Fisher. That's for sure.
Ray Fisher is a probability. Yeah,
Jenna Malone.
So. Mm-hmm.
Ben Affleck maybe. I think Jason Momoa might do it.
He
loves Zack. That dude loves Zack so much.
Yeah,
I would remember when he gave him like a $12,000 camera for his birthday one year.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would work really well. But JJheat, how about you? What do you think of a Zack Snyder cop movie?
It has potential. It just depends how grounded Snyder is willing to go. Is it going to be very nuanced? Is it going to be over the top? Is it going to be apocalyptic? It could go. It just depends on the script, is what I'm saying. Wait and see. I'm more skeptical than anything.
According to him, it's like extremely grounded. Like it's a straight up cop movie. It's not gonna be like the Nightmare Timeline Cops. That would be hilarious.
Oh, imagine if he works with Sam Jackson.
All right, Nick, how about you?
Get Sam Jackson in the movie.
Of course. But seriously, what do you think about Zack Snyder doing a cop movie?
I mean, it has potential. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very interested to see what he comes up with. Because even his like outlandish movies seem to have like some sort of like grounding to them. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I love the way that Zack approaches action. I just hope he has like a halfway decent screenwriter because
Oh, he's
we all-
directing and writing.
Okay, then that is a legit concern because we all know when it comes to writing, that's kind of Zach's weakness.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I want to see if like he's like if it's like the sole writer, or if he's got like other people with him doing it. He probably does, because that's normally the way he works. Where like this, even with like Justice League, he had like 2 other guys writing it with him.
Yeah, I hope he brings in somebody who's like really familiar with like the genre.
Yeah, he will, because he normally brings in a lot of people that are more like familiar, that are like experts and stuff. But all right, so I think that's a good place to leave this topic. So we'll just go to general Q&A. You guys can ask us whatever you guys would like to know. It could be about comics. It could be about movies. It could be about the fact that Deadpool and Wolverine is streaming now. So there you go. It could be about anything that you guys would like to know.
Anything.
As long as it doesn't involve politics. I have to say that.
Do you think Lex Luthor would make a good president?
No.
We
saw that. He was president. He tried to destroy the world.
So while we wait for the questions in the chat, I got a question for you, Jared.
Yeah.
So you've read Absolute Batman #2, I'm assuming.
No,
right?
I haven't.
You haven't? Oh.
No.
Oh, I won't ask then.
I want next. I'll go next.
Wait. Could an OG Suicide Squad movie work, or has Harley become too recognizable with them? I think you can't do a Suicide Squad movie without Deadshot, Harley, and Boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're kind of the Suicide Squad trinity at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't read Absolute Batman yet, so we're not going to weigh in that. Nick, what do you want to say?
Well, you didn't read Absolute Batman issue 2, but you did read a different comic.
Later. Thoughts on Superman and Lois?
Please don't, because that's I think gonna trigger Jared.
How do you waste the death of Superman?
That's a pretty hard storyline to mess up.
He was dead for 2 episodes.
And he did not like the new suit at all.
No, I didn't say I didn't like the new suit. I said I didn't like the stupid.
Wait, did they? I'm sorry. I have to ask this. Did they really rush Death and Reign in a 2-parter?
Yeah.
JJheat,
it gets worse. So I'm going to say this guy's name and then I'll play the clip. Do you remember how Bendis had Superman reveal his identity to the world?
Yeah.
They did that.
Like what, at a press conference?
I watched the clip. It is so beyond stupid. There are so many other ways he could have gotten out of that.
They literally, not just that. It's the scene after that, Nick. He literally sits down for a TV interview with the Daily Planet and says, "I'm Superman."
Why?
And I'm like, why are you homaging that man's work?
Like the scene in the diner. Like, there's so many other ways he could have gotten out of that.
But remember, because he has General Sam Lane's heart in him, he's losing his power, so they're just going to retire him.
Oh my god, that's not how it works!
Yeah, I know. A hot take so far, to me, the Absolute Universe has just been mid. These stories feel like a bunch of edgy Elseworlds with no long-term staying power. We'll see, Atchison. But I think it's because they were rushed to end this season instead of doing many more seasons. Yeah, but they could have done other stuff with it.
I mean, I feel like they're trying to do their own version of what happened with Smallville and Crisis on Infinite Earths, where, spoilers for that adaptation, Luthor ends up visiting Smallville, and then it's revealed that Clark made an arrangement to be depowered so he can live a normal life. I hope they don't go this route with Superman Lois, because that would be a piss poor way to end the show. Because even in the context of Smallville, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, Clark would be tempted to give up his powers if given the option, but it would have to be a severe circumstance for him to go through with it.
Like, definitely not the way they did in Superman 2.
I mean, that version of Clark, I could totally see it. But as far as like the Crisis thing, there was also some politics at play. I'm pretty sure Tom Welling only agreed to do it if for that very reason.
Yeah, at least Smallville was good. Yes, I said it. Yeah, exactly. But it's with this. How do you mess up the death? He's dead for the trailers made it seem like he's gonna be dead for the whole season. Come back for a final battle against like maybe Brainiac. No, he's dead for 2 episodes.
Not even Superman Doomsday 2007. Okay, I get you couldn't use Superboy in that form in that movie because of the copyright, the estate and copyright dispute at the time. But even Superman Doomsday did a better job than this, from what you're telling me.
Did I mention that his other son gets powers?
Wait, I thought only the OC got powers.
No, John got powers too.
Also, play the clip, Jared. We have.
We have the Queen of Comics League in here.
Play the clip.
Britt says he's probably going to get Kenny for the Suns to take over at the end, and everything is rushed, being the last season.
Oh my God! You killed Superman!
You bastard!
Language.
Sorry, we had to.
Bastard is fine. I'll accept that one.
The setup was there. Come on, the setup was
there.
The
Superman's got no. This was Britt and my point when we saw, even when we talked about the death of Superman on last week's episode, Super Wonder Legacy. This has become Superman's flashpoint. In other words, it's the storyline that they always have to do, no matter what version of Superman is. By the way, again, this is a critique of the Snyderverse, but it's a critique of literally every version of Superman. They have to kill him.
This is why you don't hire Dan Jurgens to write your TV show or movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was behind the death of Optimus Prime in the movie as well. Go ahead, JJheat.
And Cameron Bailey answered your question. Yes, due to the whole pre-crisis Superman and how his teenage adventures with the Legion and all that, there was a copyright dispute in the late 90s, early 2000s involving the IP of Superboy. Now, in hindsight, you probably could have just gave Connor a separate code name, have him rebrand, and you easily could have avoided it altogether. But that wasn't the main point. The main point was it was a lawsuit between DC, Warner Brothers. I want to say DC was part of Warner Brothers at that point. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the estate for the creators of Superman. So, and Superman Doomsday, the 2007 version, was in pre-production or post-production, depending on how long you count the entire case. Long story short, the thing lasted for roughly 4 years. Superman Doomsday, one of the first DC animated original movies, was scheduled to release during this time, so they had to omit Superboy from that movie adaptation for the sake of simplicity. And even with that, it was one of the first few times where writers were allowed to write superhero movies with the kid gloves off. And let's just say they got a little carried away.
Mm-hmm. Death of Superman is the only thing that makes him important now. And what's kind of funny is that it literally tanked the comic book industry. So I don't think you want to be homaging that. What are your thoughts on Final Crisis being the ending of the post-crisis timeline, then DC launching the New 52? You mean in terms of they actually end it there? Final Crisis is not the right time storyline to end.
Unless you're counting, I'm sorry, Jerry, I hate to cut you off. Unless we're counting Blackest Night, that's the closest to a definitive ending you're going to get prior to Flashpoint.
But no, Final Crisis is not this. First off, no one knows what happens in Final Crisis because it's
a convoluted mess. I mean, I'm not taking anything from Grant Morrison.
The omnibus kind of doesn't really clarify a lot of stuff.
All right, what's more confusing? Final Crisis or Clone Saga?
I've never read Clone Saga. So
You've never read Clone Saga?
Because it's so big!
That's
Where do we start?
You beat me to it, Nick. You beat me to
it. So, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
What other comic books have you been reading, sir?
We'll get to that later, Nick. Anyway, geez. What else? Give me another question, chat. What else have we gotten? But yeah, do not end the universe on Final Crisis because that's not an ending. Clone Saga, definitely Clone Saga. Also, JJheat's face. Yeah. What's another good storyline that we have got?
Okay. I mean, Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run was pretty solid beginning to end, even with the New 52. So I can't take that away.
Yeah, that was good. I'll give you that. Justice League Transformers crossover versus QT Comics. They should have had. The problem is, what's a Decepticon gonna do against Superman and Wonder Woman?
I mean, depends. Does a Decepticon have kryptonite?
No.
Then nothing. But
regardless. Wait. Regardless, let's say they do. Wonder Woman.
I think a Decepticon versus Wonder Woman is not as much of a curse. I'll be thinking. I think
here's what Wonder Woman does. She just flies right through its head.
I want do you want a piece of me? No, I want two.
Yeah, exactly. Thoughts on Brave New World?
Utter train wreck, especially if the plot leaks are to be believed.
Yeah, here we
go. It can't be that bad.
It is.
I'm sorry. Even like against an actual Hulk, even Steve Wilson would have a.
Wait.
Jared, don't
Did you say Steve Wilson?
Jared,
did you just say Steve Wilson?
Jared, for the love of God, stop! It's getting on my nerves. Getting on my nerves. That
I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna make that joke. I was saying, wait, did he just say Steve Wilson?
Every time I have a flub, you point it out. It's getting on my nerves.
1 hour, 21 minutes, and 37 seconds.
Please, for the love of God, don't clip this.
You watched the video of Superman and Invincible? Wait, he was in Invincible? Oh,
no,
I mean, versus Invincible.
Yeah, it was fan made.
Okay, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. I haven't checked that out yet. Let's see. A few more questions, then we'll get started. Why hasn't there been an ongoing Lobo book? Because he can't carry a book. That's why.
Not at least not as is now, because granted, a lot of the comics are 13 plus, and yeah, you can't give Lobo an ongoing without it being Black Label or Vertigo.
Can you imagine a Black Label Lobo book?
If only editorial had the balls.
They won't do that because it'll turn out about as much as Batman's penis will. I got news for you. In Bat Damned, the Bat Wang will strike again.
Too easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Too easy.
But let me put it this way. Would I like a Lobo ongoing series? Yes, but he's not. I don't think he can carry an ongoing. But anyway, so what else? I was about to say make Lobo Black Label. Yeah, that's true. Did Lobo? Did Dark Knight Returns? Lara meets Trinity. Oh, Lara's gonna beat Trinity's ass. Because Laura's actually a likable character compared to Trinity.
I mean, Trinity barely has a personality other than being a generic girl boss. But other than that, she barely has a personality. Laura has I would say Laura has personality.
At least she has character arcs. But granted, they repeat the character arcs. But thoughts on the new JSA run?
I'm going to dip out early, guys. You take care.
Okay.
Oh, take it easy.
I'll see you, bro. Thoughts on the new JSA run? I haven't checked it out.
I did. I am a fan of Jeff Johns' initial run and Return to Comics for the new JSA. For what it was a good limited series. But but with the rebrand with the new creative team remains to be seen.
I'm not a JSA fan, so that's just me. But all right. How long will it take before DC retcons Tom King's Wonder Woman origin?
Not long.
Not long.
I still think that what they're gonna do is that I think what's gonna happen is, you know how they're giving Trinity an ongoing book? If that book doesn't perform well, what'll happen is that when Tom King leaves the book, they are going to find some way to retcon Trinity out and just not mention her again. That's what I'll say.
And that's the thing. Trinity doesn't even play much of a story outside of the backup titles.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, she's born eventually after Steve Trevor's killed off, but this is what I don't like about the Sovereign Saga, and Jared will likely agree with me on this. You made the whole thing revolve around Steve. You have
yes! Thank you!
You have the Shadow Conspiracy. You have Wonder Woman investigating it despite all the subterfuge going on with Amanda Waller. the Justice League is disbanded. You have all this chaos leading up to absolute power. So while all of this is going on, you have this essentially this pseudo monarch, this essential sovereign or king of America, for lack of a better term, impulsively kill the one guy who's been on and off with Diana. She's become an ambassador to man's world, depending on the interpretation, for at least 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if this was a knee-jerk reaction in context of the issue. This is the stupidest thing you could possibly do, and it's the only way Tom King can move the story along, because he's dragged it on for too goddamn stinking long. Excuse me, I caught myself.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, remember Emily? Remember when Emily was supposed to be Trinity's mother?
That's salvageable. At least you can keep her as a red herring if you want, but at least in that context, it's salvageable, because again, it's Diana doing the same thing she's always done, being compassionate, taking wayward youth. And this would kind of be her version of Robin. Was essentially her adoptive daughter and taking her back to Themyscira and to learn how to fend for herself as she gets older. At least that would have been more acceptable than, Steve Trevor and Diana slowly reconcile amidst the shadow conspiracy before Steve Trevor is the male equivalent of Shelf, ironically enough.
Oh, yeah. The Amazons are in prison and or murdered. No one says anything. Diana shows zero emotion when her sisters are being killed. And then when Steve is killed, she steals his American flag and lets it touch the ground. So Taladia, in America, I think it's like the law, or like it's like a
customary.
It's customary with the American flag. It never touches the ground. And King knows this because he served in the intelligence community, but he served. So respect, bro. But you should know that flag never touches the ground.
Or at the very least, it's dedicated to the family and should never leave the household of grieving family unless the family agrees to you taking the flag in any capacity.
Also, why is Wonder Woman hugging the American flag when she didn't have any, when that flag, as far as she knows, is the symbol of the government killing her sisters? It would be one thing if it was a blanket of Steve that he wrapped around her shoulders at one point.
Yeah,
that'll be one thing.
An old throw, that's one thing.
But she's literally hugging America. And I'm like, what the hell? Britt says they barely reconcile, it's just forced, as if they've always been together. That's what Tom King does, Britt. That's what he does. That's why, by the way, I'm sure what they're going to do, because this is what they always do with Tom King. When he leaves the books, they never reference his characters ever again.
Okay.
I will say this though, with I believe this was at the tail end of Rebirth, or this could have been that whole brief stint with DC Universe before 5G or Future State got scrapped. So correct me if I'm wrong. When Wonder Woman comes back after Death Metal, her and Steve don't reconcile. She goes to Valhalla. She ends up with this new guy.
Nope. She hasn't been with Steve since
2018.
2018, yeah, because she got back together with him in Rebirth, and then a couple of years later, I think they broke up because he was a whiny female dog. If she was actually with Steve, she would have had something more personal. Exactly. She hasn't shown any attention to the American flag. The current continuity is such a mess, and it's DC's fault. Thank you. You can't. Not everything can't be canon, including Wonder Woman's origins. You can't do that. And before you guys say that's not what everything is canon means, read Death Metal. That's literally what it says happened.
Now, you can interpret it one of two ways. Either when Hippolyta prayed to the Pantheon to bless the clay to sire Diana, either Zeus himself heeded and granted Hippolyta's blessing, or Zeus bewitched Hippolyta, and the clay origin is a cover story. It's one or the other. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, but DC likes that way. I guarantee you they do. But oh my god, I'm just first off, can we? I do think that I do think that eventually what they'll probably do, they're probably waiting for the arc to run, and then we'll find out he's not continuing on Wonder Woman, because there's no way they keep him on the book.
Depends on depends on his contract, because there have been history where writers do jump from title to title, but the book has to do really poorly for editorial to say, okay, you're done.
I don't think it's doing. I don't think it's doing well enough. In fact, it's going down in terms of sales for Wonder Woman. So I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? The Zeus origin wouldn't have been an issue if they made the new 52. Yeah, exactly. You could do, but again, they didn't have time to necessarily do that. So there you go.
But be that as it may, since all right, Brit's an honorary member of the channel, I'll go ahead and respond to her here. Again, you wasted for what's essentially going to be a 30-issue arc in total. You set up a red herring with Emily, which might as well be a modern version of Fury if we're counting that DCAU episode. Second of all, you wasted a third of that time, roughly 10 issues or so, forcing a reconciliation between Steve and Diana, if you could even call it that. All the while, Diana's captured by Sovereign for the equivalent of weeks or months on end. Then she's technically considered a political fugitive because of what happens to Wonder Woman and Amazon's attack with an exclamation point. And because she's still considered a political fugitive, even while Absolute Power is going on, she can't properly attend Trevor's memorial service and grieve it publicly.
Well, remember, in Absolute Power, she was too busy making out with Steve in the middle of a prison break.
Technically, Steve Trevor's demise takes place shortly after Absolute Power, but my point still stands. And all of that. I can forgive all of that because, again, this is semantics. You're trying to build up to this big payoff with Trinity, and Emily was a red herring. I can forgive all of that. But out of anything you could have done, you made two crucial mistakes, in my opinion. One, you actually had Diana go to Steve Trevor's family or extended relatives to steal his flag and then leave an IOU as you use it to counsel.
The flag was not even left with like Etta Candy. It was left with some, I forget who it was, but it was, DC keeps trying to force Steven. It never works. He's been the weakest of the traditional love interest. It's not even a traditional love interest anymore because post-crisis, he wasn't a love interest.
Post-crisis, he was a father/mentor figure. Wait, was it post-crisis or was that the Golden Age?
Post-crisis, Golden Age, he was constantly trying to sleep with Diana. Post-crisis, he was actually like more like an older brother/father figure with the Perez one. Because remember, he was going to marry Etta.
That is true. That is true. Thank you. But be that as it may, it's too much at one time, and then you try to add Christian allegories into it, like you're freaking Alan Moore, and I'm just like, just stop. Just stop. I don't even know if editorial is even paying attention to you anymore, but just stop.
Alan Moore does not want to be Alan Moore anymore. So let's just stop trying to be the next Alan Moore, okay? But that's the big thing. But I think it's a good place to leave it. But anyway, so Claudio, where can one find you, and what have you got coming on your channel?
So you guys can check me out on Twitter at @TelaudioPlays_ and on YouTube at TelaudioPlays. What I got coming up is tomorrow I'll be doing a birthday bash watch party for Spider-Man No Way Home. It'll be myself, William, and a few others. And Jared obviously will be there. And the next week will be Superman and Lois live reactions on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Snyder Fans Read Comics, as we'll be covering Absolute Batman #2.
How about you, JJheat?
As for me, you can find me on JJheat Blaze on YouTube or JJheat75 on Twitter or X. Finally, my 280 subscriber special or my Halloween special, the Velma movie special review that got pushed back, will premiere this Sunday. Jared and I will try to collab together under the Camu retrospective, and I'll keep y'all posted in the community tab, but I'll try to at least get one New Direction verse video in before the end of the year. I really want to at least get one in, but we'll see how it all pans out.
Oh yeah. So in terms of Comics League tomorrow, tomorrow, obviously I'm on Teladia's birthday panel. And then after that, we're going to be discussing Spider-Man 2 for movie night. And then Britt and I are going to be going live. So it's going to be a live episode this week at 9 p.m. where we talk about comparing Superman and Wonder Woman's relationship to Black Panther and Storm. And then Sunday, I'm doing Superman with Nick. And then let's see, what else? Wednesday, let me evaluate what video I want to do. So in terms of
UTC,
Yeah, UTC we're still working on. So for the gaming stream it's gonna be Lego Batman. But after that, since I completed Assassin's Creed, I think I may do Halo.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I may do Halo. I'm still evaluating. But by the way, DM me guys in the chat or like in the comments or like even on my Twitter DMs what games you would like to see me play, and I'll consider those. So stay heroic, everyone. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to General Zod. Zois and Max about for life. See you later. Bye bye.